Welcome to Art History Monday, where you get to learn about the history of art. Let's go. On today's episode of Art History Monday, I thought I'd take everybody into our Gothic Room. This is a room situated between our Mid-States Art and Craft Permanent Gallery and our main gallery that just happens to have our 47th Mid-States Craft Exhibition. So when you come in the museum and you're looking for the Gothic Room, take some time and look at some incredible pieces of craft that we have here. In the transition from the 17th to the 18th century, the approach to beauty underwent a huge transformation. You had in the 17th century, the Baroque period, they were extravagant, dynamic, emotive compositions, very drama, intensity filled, but this later gave way to a more refined sensibility that goes into the Neoclassical movement. So the artists and thinkers of the 18th century were inspired by classical ideals of simplicity, balance, and harmony in their works. So you have this shift that marked a departure from drama, intense drama, to more measured and rational approach to beauty. But one category that artists used to explore beauty was the female form in portraits and kind of genre scenes. So you'll see the 17th century was very voluptuous women, very dynamic. And then 18th century, you get more of, think Greek and Roman classical statues. You see women starting to be portrayed as classical goddesses or muses, reflecting a cultural preference for poise, elegance, and a timeless idealized beauty. However, this transition mirrored broader societal changes revolving around the notions of femininity and aesthetics preferenced by the 18th century. So let's look at three paintings that we have in the Gothic Room that help explain everything that I just said. Bartolome Esteban Murrillo, a well-known Spanish Baroque artist, on the same level as Velázquez and Zurbarán and Anthony van Dyck, showcased the essence of Baroque beauty in this iconic Madonna and Child painting. His compositions fuse religious devotion with emotional dynamism, and his depictions of the Virgin Mary and the infant Jesus exuded a palpable tenderness and realism. Contrasting light and shadow for dramatic effect, Murillo skillfully captured the divine in the everyday, emphasizing the humanity of his subjects. The interplay of light, emotional depth, and delicate details in these works encapsulate the Baroque spirit, where beauty transcends the ethereal and connects with the viewer on a profound emotional level. What I love about this painting, it is very real. This is not the Virgin Mary and Son of God per se. This is a mother holding her child. I believe, I've said this before in other content, that I think, broad statement, women have just an innate ability to handle a wrangling toddler, a toddler that's just trying to move up and go anywhere. And this is what the baby Jesus is trying to do as well. You see he's trying to stand up on his mother's lap. He's pulling on her robe to help get up. And she just knows how to handle him. There's no concern in her face. She's got one hand behind him, supporting him, one hand in front of him to make sure he doesn't fall off her lap. And that's an emotional pull to, a mother-son relationship and the love that a mother has for her son. And that's Murillo's attempt at capturing beauty. And very, something, that's what they did in the Baroque, was try to appeal to your emotional senses through mostly religious subjects, religious stories. But then we'll start to see how that grows and evolves into the next century. George Romney, a distinguished British portrait painter of the 18th century, left a big mark on the era's notions of beauty through his captivating portraits of women. His works reflected the shifting ideals of the time, characterized by the transition that we talked about from the grandeur of the Baroque to the more refined sensibilities of Neoclassicism. His portraits of women, often featuring delicate muses and aristocrats, just like this one here of the Duchess of Cumberland, Miss Anne, the Duchess of Cumberland, embody a graceful elegance and a soft, luminous quality. His mastery lay in capturing the individuality and personality of his sitters while adhering to prevailing standards of beauty. So in an age where the neoclassical pursuit of harmony and simplicity gained prominence, Romney's depiction of women displayed a balance between idealization and naturalism. His use of light and shadow created a soft, flattering glow that enhanced the features of his subjects, which is pretty evident here. Through his portraits, Romney contributed to shaping the 18th century aesthetic, showcasing a beauty that blended classical restraint with a nuanced individual allure. Thomas Hudson, an 18th century English portrait painter, was certainly influenced by the evolving aesthetic trends of his era, especially depicted in this portrait of Lady Cecilia Lanzi, or Lanze, something like that. This more serene, balanced approach was certainly a pursuit of the neoclassical aesthetic of harmony, balance, and trying to create an enduring aesthetic appeal. But what I love about what Hudson did with this painting, it's almost very confrontational. As you can see, she is looking right at us, but in a very, very elegant poise. She's just staring at us. She's looking at us as if, she's waiting for us to say something because she has somewhere to be. And that is indicated with the hands. As you can see, Hudson paints the hands just beautifully. But you see the one hand pulling the glove on the other, signifying that she doesn't have a lot of time for us. We have to say what we need to say, or she's about to get on her riding horse and ride away. Something that a very elegant, independent woman would be able to do. So, Lady Cecilia Lanzi by Thomas Hudson. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me in the Gothic Room for today's Art History Monday. Please, if you have suggestions, you have topics about the history of art that you're curious about, drop them in the comments. I will look at them, see if we have something in the collection that I can tie it with, and we'll go from there. Definitely open to suggestions. I want to show you guys everything we have in the collection as much as possible, so just let me know. Thank you again, and make sure to join me next week. Thanks.